Morning. Where's Helen? People are skeptical and they think that it's not real, but it happens every day. She could be in any of the windows and she picks the one and she just looks at him. And Oliver will get in his chair and rest his head on the armrest. Oliver never barked at her. He never did the normal dog thing with the squirrel. They just formed a little bond, it seems like, through the glass. Honestly, it probably would be a surprise to most people. But at first, Oliver wasn't as interested in Helen as she was interested in him. It was a long time ago, about 2017. Helen would come to the window and they just looked at each other. Oliver's reaction to Helen, sometimes he was like, yeah, hey, whatever. Sometimes he would turn his back to her, and then sometimes he would just look back at her. And he didn't really care. He finds a spot to rest his head and he just falls asleep. But Helen has kept working on Oliver. Usually when you see a squirrel, they're like kind of crazy and they just run really fast. But Helen is calm and she walks up to you. It's like she's thinking about her move. Helen? Oliver? Until Oliver said, okay, I'll be your friend. So even when Oliver goes outside, she'll approach him and she doesn't run away. Easy. I think she knows that this is a safe place for her. So it was really cool. So now she'll come to the back and stare in the patio doors. She knows all of the entrances into our house. And so he would just look back at her and get excited. You're missing it. I feel like they have a bond. I feel like they know each other. They recognize each other. So I think people see a dog and a squirrel and they assume that the squirrel is going to run and the dog is going to chase. And that's clearly not what happens here. So it breaks all the stereotypes. She knows that we think of her as family. And Oliver doesn't think of her as anything other than a friend. I think their friendship is consistent. It's just one of those little things that makes me really happy. They make each other's life better. Otherwise, Oliver would just sit in the black chair and look out at nothing. It just shows that you never really know who can be friends. And I smile every time. It just makes me happy.